Let's solve a system of equations. 6x plus 3y is equal to -1, and then the second equation is 9x plus 5y is equal to 1. Perhaps the best way for these equations is going to be solving by elimination. Why? Because all the variables has a number in front of them besides the number 1. We have the 6, 3, 9, and 5 right here. So you can pick a variable, either the x or the y, to get rid of first. Doesn't matter. But I will say, let's get rid of x. You can also work with y, but let's focus on the x. What we're going to do is, we have to look for the LCM, the lowest common multiple of 6 and 9. And that's going to be 18. This is my target number. I want to think about how can I make 6x into 18x. Well, 6 goes into 18 3 times, so I'm going to multiply the first equation by 3. And then second equation, I have 9x right here. 9 times 4 will be 18. 9 times 2 will be 18. So I'm going to multiply this equation by 2. However, I do not want them to be both positive. I want the sign to be alternate. Since this is already going to be a positive 18x, I would like to multiply by -2 throughout the second equation so I can get a negative 18x right here. And now let's see if that's going to work out. Multiply 3 throughout the first equation. 3 times 6x is going to be 18x. 3 times positive 3y is going to be plus 9y. And that's equal to 3 times -1. Of course, that's going to be -3. Second equation, -2 times 9x, that's -18x. -2 times positive 5y, that's minus 10y. And that's equal to -2 times 1, that's -2. Well, let's see. If I add these two equations together, what am I going to get? The 18x and the -18x, they cancel each other out. And 9y minus 10y, it's going to be -y. And that's going to be -3 minus 2, which is going to be -5. -y is equal to -5. What I have to do is divide both sides by -1, because you want the y to be positive, and we do have the y to be positive right now. Y is going to be -5 over -1, that's going to be positive 5. We have to take y is equal to positive 5 and then back into these equations. One of these equations will work. Doesn't matter which one you pick. Let me just work with equation number 1 right here, this one. So 6x plus 3y is equal to -1, and we have the y is equal to 5. I'm going to plug in the 5 into this y right here. I will have 6x plus 3, and as I said, the y, it's going to be the number that we found right here, which is 5. And on the right hand side, we still have equal to -1. So look at the equation in black, plugging 5 into the y right here. And now the rest is just work this out. I have 6x, 3 times 5 is plus 15, and that's equal to -1. And do the usual thing, that's minus 15 on both sides. Cancel this out, and I will end up with 6x equals to -1 minus 15, that should be -16, and then I can divide by the number in front of the x on both sides, which is 6, so they cancel each other out. On the right hand side, focus on these numbers, I can reduce this fraction. Let me use 2. 2 goes into 16, 8 times. 2 goes into 6, 3 times. And that's the best that we can do. So what we're saying is, x is going to be -8 over 3. I can write it like this. And for the answer part, what we're going to do is, we're going to write the answer as an orderly pair. Put the x value first, which is -8 over 3, comma. The second number is for the y, which is 5. And let me label this to be clear. The first number is x, the second number is y. And this is how we can present your answer.